Good member from the 35th District, Representative Couture.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Rising to urge you to vote no with me on this budget today. Mr. Speaker, we will now have an $80 billion budget over the course of the biennium, an almost 12% increase in spending after a multi-billion-dollar deficit and the largest tax increases in state history. $2 billion in more spending and over $2 billion in new taxes on the backs of hardworking Washingtonians. And Mr. Speaker, you've heard a lot about H.R. 1 and how that's affecting the state of Washington and this budget. But I would put to you that the spending in this budget for H.R. 1 is somewhere around the neighborhood of $300 million. H.R. 1 did not create the multi-billion-dollar deficits and budget negligence that is present in this budget, Mr. Speaker. As a matter of fact, I want to talk a little bit about what this budget does. A $4 billion raid of a law enforcement officers and firefighters left one pension. Good budgets don't raid pensions, Mr. Speaker. And an unconstitutional, economy-shattering income tax, which will in no time apply to the middle class, crushing our economy and producing capital flight, as we've already started to see moments after its passage. Mr. Speaker, this budget, including the biennial budget the supplemental goes on top of, represents over $1.2 billion in Medicaid cuts, cuts to dementia care, cuts to assisted living, cuts to nursing homes, cuts to dialysis treatment. That's wrong. That wasn't because of H.R. 1. That was because of this budget and this legislature's negligence in budgeting. This happened long before H.R. 1. Now, Mr. Speaker, when families have a hard time, they tighten their belts and they cut down to the essentials. And they cut their spending, but when government has a hard time, it raises your taxes, raises your pensions, and grows itself on the backs of those people, and that's wrong. Mr. Speaker, this budget doesn't make life more affordable in Washington. It doesn't help the senior citizens afford their property taxes on fixed incomes. It doesn't help the mom to fill up her gas tank or buy groceries. It doesn't do any of that. As a matter of fact, the further you get from reality, the easier this budget looks. Vote no.